Shirts is hanging over the ruins with his father Oliver below him. The wall is already breaking apart, but he still reaches down. In that instant, their old conflict does not matter. If Shirts misses, Oliver falls with the stones. The ledge gives way. Oliver slips through the falling debris, and Shirts throws himself forward, instead of letting go. He catches his father's hand at the last possible second. Even after saving him, Shirts can tell that the ground is still moving under them. But the rescue is only the first problem. Inside the city, an explosion tears through the defenses, and the barrier is gone. People run through the streets in panic, as something breaks through the rubble. The mummies have finally entered the city. They are not coming from one gate. Mummies are climbing the walls and closing in from every direction. Princess Erin steps in front of the civilians and casts starlight. Her golden magic gives the crowd a chance to move before the monsters reach them. Erin orders everyone toward the Eastern Commercial District. Shirts helps push the terrified crowd that way, but he cannot convince the princess to leave. There are still people behind them. While she stays to protect them, the fighters prepare to cut open a path through the mummies. Then, the ancient green book changes the battle. A mummy lunges toward its holder, but the book answers with a powerful burst of light. The monster fades away instead of simply being knocked down. That means the book can do more than attack. It can remove the mummies completely. The white-haired fighter understands the trick fast. The ancient book contains the spell needed to dispel the invaders. Shirts protects her while she reads and casts. With green runes circling the book, they turn the mummy's own pressure into a chance to clear the street. The spell grows stronger. Green energy wraps around the monsters, and they vanish one after another. The answer was inside the book all along. Now the group has one urgent plan. Gather every mummy still inside the city and erase them before more civilians are caught. The magic buys them a short pause, but not safety. A blonde clan member points out the next hard truth. When one mummy falls, somebody must pull the others away. Shirts and the men around him begin planning a lure while the city continues to shake around them. The blonde man looks at Shirts and sees how much he has changed. The timid child he remembers is gone. He offers to become the bait himself and tells Shirts to take Oliver away. Shirts refuses. He says that, as the older brother, this burden should be his. That argument opens an older wound. The blonde man admits he failed the clan. He once rejected Oliver and believed that choice helped bring them here. In his memories, he was proud to carry the clan's legacy. Then he learned about Oliver's ambition, and everything changed. He wanted Shirts to carry the clan's legacy, but Shirts resisted him. Now he finally admits the clan was the foolish one. The crisis, the rebellion, and the damage around them did not appear from nowhere. Their own family helped create this disaster. The man's anger turns into resolve. Even if the clan chose treason, he still calls them family, and he refuses to stay silent anymore. Shirts is stunned when he hears his father's name. Oliver cuts through the emotion with one warning. The family feud can wait until they survive. At that moment, Cyan Vert arrives in the ruins. Shirts knows him, which surprises everyone else. Cyan does not waste time explaining their connection. He says he knows how to stop the mummies, but the group has to follow him now. The city cannot wait for another argument. Cyan directs the fighters toward the city center. The mummies are running wild inside the broken barrier, and every delay puts more people at risk. Shirts listens, while the others ask the key question. Why are there so many monsters in the first place? Cyan has an answer. Something frantic buried in their territory appears to have awakened. That is why the attack feels endless. Cyan calls for action, not blame. The men finally move with him, knowing that the source may be waiting at the city center, and that the book's spell may be their only way through. The group makes its choice. One man heads toward the city center, asking the others to keep his brother alive. He apologizes to Shirts for being foolish, and for one brief moment the family looks ready to face the crisis together. That moment does not last. An unseen enemy cuts into their reunion with a cold voice. That is enough. Dark red energy wraps around Shirts before anyone can protect him. The shadow says they are running out of time, then forces Shirts away from the battlefield and into an unknown portal. Shirts is thrown through blinding gold, green, and purple power. His body spins without control, and the magic closes around him from every side. He has no idea where the portal leads. By the time the light explodes, the ruined city is completely out of his reach. A voice speaks from the darkness and orders him to open his eyes. Shirts wakes in a silent space filled with pale light and floating pillars. There is no city, no battle, and no one from his family. He can only ask the obvious question: where is he now? A bare foot touches the black water, and the voice explains that this is a divine realm it created. Shirts looks up and asks if he is standing before a god. The answer comes in the form of a dark-haired woman with purple eyes, waiting above the empty world. She names herself Caligorna, the goddess who rules death and darkness. She says that the god of the Black Fog's successor called Shirts here. Then a shadowed figure asks the question that changes everything. Does Shirts still wish to become part of the mist,